Yo, what's up, everybody? How's it going? Today, we play some chess on chess.com, and we're playing those relative new trash talking bots, which, yeah, exciting to play. Again, I had some experience playing them. They kind of fun, and of course, me not being a great chess player, which makes it even more exciting to look at how we struggle. Again, if you see me making mistakes, that's part of the experience. So I'm sorry if it disappoints you. Well, it is what it is. So basically, that's yeah. We'll play, I guess, three bots today, like the first three. Since if you already see my rating is kind of low. Again, I'm not a professional player, not even a intermediate chess player, just playing sometimes. And yeah, the idea is that we play uh, the bots. And yeah, let's somehow, can we, yeah, start a new game, a new bot. And you see there are three Thrash Talkers. Of course, we're not going for the Thrash Bot 1999 and the Master with 2100 ELO. That's not closely my level, but today we'll play some Wally Jr., the Hustler, and Samantha. I guess hope it'll be some fun. So we randomize whether we start with whites or blacks, and let's actually start the game. So d4. Well, again, not that I know any particular particular openings rather than in Italian. So I'm trying to. I'll try to play my best looking this. Yeah, he offers a sacrifice. I guess it's sacrifice with a certain, well, with a follow up, but I have no idea whether it's gonna be that bad. So we'll just cover our pawn on d5 with a knight. Now it amplifies. It protects actually the pawn on d4. Well, I'll just play along with the other knight. And yeah, here we have the queen attacking our king, which is, yeah, well, we can defend it with the rook on c7. Then we'll have our pawn on b7 hanging, and I guess the next move will be, oh, actually, if I'm not mistaken, we can draw. We can draw here. So he'll play something like queen on b4, attacking this pawn because it'll have no defense. But yeah, I guess we'll do something with that since it's the queen side. I'm not going to castle on this side, so I'll protect it additionally with the bishop. Yeah, now the pawn seems a bit ridiculous. I'll try to open up this bishop by playing e6. Let's see. How bad was it? Yeah, he's moving on with... Well, actually, I can still kind of... No, I thought about playing the knight to b4, but still it doesn't attack anything, so it's kind of useless. We need to attack it and somehow get our knight to safety, which is, yeah, well, kind of complicated in this position. I'm already out of any good moves in my mind, so we need to do something ASAP, which would be, I guess, yeah, I guess, well, the only move is here is playing the knight. Yeah, well, now the knight is cut away from the bishop, and we need somehow save it. And we're running kind of short on possible moves, I guess. Yeah, you see, the bot is like what, 400? I mean, that's kind of great for a 400 player, because yeah, it's a bit rough. So can we counter attack with something that would drive attention from this knight? Actually, I have no idea what to play, and we need to play something. And I guess so. If it takes, then we're kind of helpless here. Well, if we about to die, then we need to die taking something as well. Yeah, again, no idea. If you would have an idea what to play here, drop it down in the comments. Again, if you want to look at, if you want to see more games on this channel, you can drop your suggestions into comments as well. And now we actually have to make a move. I don't see how we save this knight ever, so the only thing is it's getting it back. And then at least, oh, the bot doesn't want to take our knight. Instead, it goes for, well, it kind of, yeah, after making a good move, which, yeah, I wouldn't expect this kind of play from a 400 bot. It's kind of programmed to make such silly moves as g4. I don't see, well, it sacrifices, just blunders a pawn with no protection whatsoever, and then, yeah, well, we can still try to... the question is, yeah, I'd rather save my knight this time. Yeah, well, still tries to go further, but we'll move on and see. Yeah, well, I guess this queen's about to go to d3 and then kind of getting back to the left side, to the king side of the board. But right now we have to do something with this array of pawns, which is, yeah, kind of, well, what about this one? Yeah, well, again, the engine decides that it's, yeah, it has already played all the good moves. Now it's time to play all the bad moves, and the queen gets back to d1, which is, yeah, kind of silly. I don't know. I don't think a human being would go for that. So, pawn takes pawn. Again, it's kind of unprotected. No idea why it plays this, but we can attack. We can actually start feasting on these pawns since they are unprotected. We need to... The only thing we need is to find a move to somehow... Well, again, I can see... Well, nah. Well, I guess we can take this pawn, offering our knight as a trade. Yeah, it takes. We take. Yeah, attacks our queen, but I don't think it's really that big of a threat. So we can... What I would do, I would just move it forward. Again, trying to take some space in the center. This knight is of no threat to us, but it's still protected. So what do we go for? I would actually develop somehow. So we have two bishops that are out of play right now. We need to develop them, I guess. But in what way? I guess. I guess we'll get rid of this pawn again. At this level, I'm not fond of pawns. They are kind of, sometimes they're just blocking the way because I'm not playing that good. So we'll move the bishop trying to attack the queen. Of course, queen gets away. Now we have some sort of development with our... Now we can try to develop our other bishop. Do we go for it? I guess we do. Let's see what the bot has in store for us. And again, it just blunders its queen because it's 400. Of course, we take it because we'll be demolished in in our next games. Right now, I guess we'll be victorious in this one since, yeah, the engine is programmed to give up at certain point just to go with silly moves. Again, let's go attacking the bishop. Yeah, now I've blundered not the bishop, the rook. Now I've blundered the bishop, and it's also a check. And I guess, what do you... We protect with a pawn. It goes back. I see no reason why we're not taking this rook. Nothing's really happening, so we'd take the knight as well, and it's a check. it'll just, yeah, it'll move away. But yeah, protecting with the bishop would be also good as far as I'm concerned. Again, castling just for the sake of castling. Yeah, now it protects with the bishop, but it actually it's a bit too late to protect with the bishop. We have this pawn, which, yeah, we'll take it. Yeah, it takes it also. Do we? Yeah, actually, I'll exchange things since we have lots of material. We can actually, yeah, give away our rook, and let's try to mate our opponent and not sack our queen. Actually, blunder our queen. I'll be glad to use this rook, so let's free up some space for it. Gets back, rook goes to the A file. Now it's kind of protecting. Yeah, we'll take the knight. It goes this way. We'll actually go here. Even if it takes, I don't really care. We're about to mate this guy anyway with the ladder mate. Well, I could have done it this way, but I decided not to. Well, not that I decided not to. I didn't see it. Oh, yeah, I blundered out. Yeah, guys. Yeah, guys. That's why I'm not that good of a player. Because, yeah. Okay, let's pretend. Let's pretend it was planned from the very beginning. Now we need to make a queen as soon as possible, because otherwise it's just, yeah, we're going to lose, which I'm not really. I didn't really plan to lose to this exact bot, maybe to the other two, but right now it's just, yeah, our position is terrible actually. The rook is blocked all the way. The knight is blocked. Our pawns are kind of blocked as well, and they support this structure. And the only thing we actually have is kind of this bishop protecting this pawn, and this pawn also kind of hanging here, and the king. So, having said that, let's try to somehow win the game. No idea. So let's try to develop this bishop like all the way around. Yeah, now I kind of can't do that. But let's try to develop our knight as well. Since the bishop is protecting the pawn on h4, we can start moving our pieces and kind of freeing the space up. Yeah, now we can do this, and we can promote. I hope we can promote. Not really sure. And the stalemate is also a thing in this game. Yeah, I'm not very good at those. Let's see. Yep, it's a stalemate, guys. Yeah. Okay, so the question is, should we rematch this guy since we haven't won? Or should we move on? I guess we'll move on for the sake of the video, because, well, yeah, kind of embarrassing. I would say that I typically play better, and this is just the focus on the video and speaking a different language, which kind of makes it a bit harder. And again, this opening, as far as I know, is considered to be a humiliating opening. The first game is always free. Well, kind of, how good are you? How good are you? I don't think I'm that good, but still, let's try to give our best to win this bot. Again, they kind of want to take our pawns like right off the bat. Well, let's protect them and put some pressure on the d4 pawn. And now this guy doesn't want this position, so he moves further. What do we do? So we need to okay, let's try again. I'll try to comment less and play more, so I could have at least a small chance of winning this. But yeah, me being silent doesn't mean we have better chances of winning this thing. So kind of want to develop the bishop. do we actually go for... We can go for b2, since both our figures are looking at this place, but we need to think... So we're not attacking the queen right away, since it'll take or move away. So we need to actually go with the knight, I guess, because the only thing, if we go with the knight, it can only take with the queen, because, well, first of all, it's not taking because we provide a check, which means it needs to move the king away, which left us with, feasting on this rook. So let's give it a go. Yep, taking the rook, which is kind of, again, an engine move to allow us to take the rook. Well, again, I don't see how it's going to take this knight, since it's kind of blocked from all the way around. And now I'll attack this knight. Again, no strategies, just moving on a whim. Right now this pawn is kind of endangered, and we need to move, I guess, this way. Now it's double. The attack has doubled, and we need to somehow protect this pawn a bit more, and I don't see any obvious way to do so. So are we losing it? I guess so. Can we do something fancy? Well, I guess we can attack the knight. So he'll... another check. Well, let's protect with the pawn. Now it opens up the knight, so it's kind of becoming easier prey for it. Let's take the knight. It takes back. Can we do something with this knight now, or are we just saying goodbye to it? Can't take because of the pin. Do I care that much about this pawn? I don't think so, because, well, it blocks bishop, and bishop is now kind of stuck protecting this pawn for no particular reason, but it can go this way to protect the king from the queen and allow us to actually do something in this part of the board. And other thing is I can develop something, but right now I don't see anything great. Is it a good idea to go b6 with the queen targeting this unprotected pawn, and then perhaps doing something else, perhaps this pawn as well? Let's give it a go. The pawn is gone, which is actually a good thing if you ask me. Now we attack the rook as well. The king goes back to protect the bishop and, well, the pawn we're attacking, but again it gives away the rook. Do we proceed doing some dirty stuff? I guess so. So this pawn is still kind of protected by this pawn, so we can try to go somehow and feed on these pawns, and I guess we'll do it by moving our queen. The bishop, now the bishop protects, but can we somehow attack the bishop? Again, I don't think so. We can actually go with the check, if I'm not mistaken. I don't see any immediate threats. The queen goes. The king goes. Can we do something along the lines of that? Whoa! It was a mate, guys. I like playing online, so playing digital games rather than playing physical games, because on my level, it's not obvious that there is mate and sometimes you need just to spend some time checking whether you actually made it your opponent or not. And yeah, it's kind of a tricky, especially if you both don't play at a particular good level. Okay, so it was kind of again simpler than the first game, and yeah, I guess the engine at this, so to speak, level plays kind of, you know, so again from time to time. And now there is Samantha with 1300 elo, which I've never actually beaten. I have no idea how to win over her, so let's give it a go and see how she demolishes me in this game. Again, opening with the queen pawn. I have nothing to, well, I saw that people, if you open like e4, they play something like f3 to somehow prevent you from developing the usual way. So if she plays d4, that means maybe I can do something like e6. Now let's see where we end up. Of course, she takes the center. Yeah, you can take a look at her comments, because I guess her comments are the most humiliating comments there are, I guess, at least from these first three bots, because yeah, she's kind of annihilating me at chess and humiliating me as a person simultaneously. So, what do we do next? We blocked our knight. I guess the idea is to move forward with the pawns. Okay, now we opened up the d file, so the queen file, so to speak, and now we can actually move with our knight. Does it make it any better? Yeah, the pawn I was targeting is protected. But can we do something with this queen? I don't think so. We can that we can actually do something right away, but we can. Let's just proceed developing as usually. Perhaps we'll open up this bishop. Yeah, she develops her bishop as well. So can we somehow put pressure on this pawn in order to make some noise, so to speak? We can actually, so since this knight doesn't protect anything, we can go and attack the queen, I guess. So we're not losing anything, I hope. Yeah, it moves away. Now it attacks our knight as well, and we need to protect the knight. Yeah, the attack was kind of, well, we can go d5, both attacking the queen with the pawn and protecting our knight with the bishop, which makes sense. And the pawn is also protected by the knight and by the queen. The idea is that this pawn is also attacking this. Well, let's see. I can't calculate this much. Yeah, it goes away. Can we protect? Can we push? Can we put some pressure on this pawn? Because this knight actually is looking at a fork. But we need to protect it somehow against the queen. And right now I don't see anything of particular use, at least. Well, right now this pawn is actually hanging, as far as I can see, so let's take it. Again, I guess that's the first big victory over Samantha ever in my practice. She develops the knight, protecting, actually, I would say, this entire diagonal. So our queen is kind of locked here, but we can still do something. I'll actually go bishop f5 with an idea that if we move our knight from e4 somewhere else, then we can actually put some pressure on c2 pawn, and then, yeah, with the knight, actually take something, hoping for that. So let's do something along the lines of that. she attacks our knight on b4, which, yeah, is kind of too early. We can still move our knight attacking. Well, it's kind of not attacking, it's just giving up our knight. So we're offering up an exchange, not knight, our bishop. So what can we do here in this position? Well, we can still go with the knight, assuming she'll still take, but the idea is bringing the queen to c2 square, then moving our other knight somehow that the bishop attacks the queen, and maybe this knight also does something in return, maybe somehow blocking her escape, but again, nothing in particular right away. Well, we can somehow go with the knight here, so she either loses the queen to the bishop, or she loses her rook with... No, she doesn't. No, what? Sorry. She can... Yeah, she can actually take this knight with the queen here. So it'll be just useless kind of stuff. Okay. I don't think the idea somehow attacking, winning the queen over with Samantha is working. So we need to, I guess, just to move back. But, yeah, well, I guess kind of here, since all our other options. Yeah, we don't have any other options. So let's do it. So the knight is kind of pinned, but it's not a big deal, I would say. I would go for so we need to develop our... I don't think it's the time for developing. I would like to castle at some point, but the question is when and to which side, since there are only 2 pawns on the king's side and there are 3 pawns on the queen's side, which makes it, well, kind of 50-50 from this position. So what we can do here, we can still attack. Can we attack the knight? We still need to move our other knight to a position where he's safe, sound. And maybe this thing works since the bishop protects, and then we're attacking. But, well, then the bishop takes, we takes, and there is no follow-up, so we're kind of losing a piece here. What else can we do? Well, we can actually, I think, something along the lines of that. So we need to develop our left rook, so to speak, and then apply pressure to this general area. And I don't think we're losing something right away, so let's give it a go. Yeah, b7. In the previous game, I mentioned that. Well, it's kind of. Now we're certainly losing something, and I guess it's our knight since we moved the rook. Can we do something else? No, actually, well, the rook is safe because the queen protects it, and we need to move our knight. Maybe here. What can she do? She can here. Move here. No. Yeah, she actually can give us check. And what else can we do? Move back. Go here. No. Here. I guess she'll just move back, and we can go with the pawn, and it's not protected by anything, so it's a bad move. Moving our king. Yeah. No, still have no idea. Again, is it a good move? Well, she can still go back, and well, there's nothing we can do. unless we protect this square, and, defending with this pawn. It's kinda. Well, we have bishop here. Yeah, forgot about it. So if we move our knight and attack the queen, then if she goes back, kind of checking us, then this knight is not protected, and we need to go somewhere. And all these options are actually bad. Yeah, so we do not want to attack the queen. I guess we just move away. Yeah, and taking more the king side. It took our pawn, which was protected by the knight. Yeah, again, now Samantha starts, playing. She usually does. Just finishing stuff up. So, this knight doesn't see anything, but he protects this square, and we need to do something with it ASAP. Or else something bad is going to happen. Well, first of all, let's move the rook as we intended it. It puts way more pressure than I expected, and now kind of this. Yeah, again, now I see. Not to be mean, but do you know what you're doing? Yes, Samantha, I have no idea. I know how the pieces move, and that's about it. Well, if we protect with a pawn, then we kind of have two defenders, and they have three attackers. So with all the exchange done, we'll still have something like a queen here with no... Well, I would move bishop here to protect this square, but then this knight is actually blocking this square as well. So, and we can't really protect it with anything rather than with our queen, but then our queen gets taken by the bishop. So, well, is there anything else we can do? So, is moving a pawn actually a good thing to do? Let's think about it. So, first of all, the queen sees our knight, which is unfortunate, but the knight is well protected because this square isn't attacked by any other piece on this board, so it's kind of okay. And then if so, let's see. We move. It takes. We take with the knight. Well, then the knight takes. Then we take with the bishop. Then the queen takes, and we kind of left with the same position, which, yeah, we can offer queen trade. But then she simply takes the rook. So we don't want that. So actually the idea of this trade in general is to take away this knight because, well, it kind of doesn't allow our king to move away, which is dire in this situation because, well, if king can't move, then yeah, checkmate is on the horizon, so to speak, is somewhere around. So let's try to go with a pawn and see where it takes us. Now I blundered the bishop. Yep. Now it actually... So the whole thing... No. So first of all, we'll take this bishop since it is attacking our king and see what follows up. Yeah, we're happy to lose this. Yeah, but now we're losing our queen because there is nothing. Well, no, there's still this takes. If it wants to, the knight is still protected. Yeah, let's give it a go because that's actually, well, the only thing I see here. Everything else is kind of pointless. Now we're just fighting for our life, actually, Samantha. So ruthless. Now, let's see. Yeah, it goes back. It doesn't want a queen trade, which I don't know if I'm happy about it or not. This game may very well be my magnum opus. I don't think, Samantha. I don't think it will. But we can actually try to attack the queen, trying to scare her away. Yep, she does that. The knight is kind of protected by this pawn, but this pawn is so lonely that I don't. No, it's protected by the knight. So what can we do? Is there anything hanging at this point? Well, yeah, the engine plays it so that typically in the mid game, all the pieces are somehow protected one way or another, and my pieces are kind of flying around like this pawn on h5. Uh, well, I guess my pawn on h5 is the only piece that isn't protected. So, what can we do next? I don't think this makes a lot of sense, only if somehow she plays g3, then I can take en passant. It's a famous thing I've never done in my entire life, but yeah, I know it exists. And what else? The knight is protected, the pawn is protected. We have a queen. There's a lot of space in the middle, which means we can somehow plan an attack, but yeah, we can still castle, but right now it doesn't seem that favorable or that beneficial. We can't really move, yeah, those balloons somehow. Actually, I have no idea why those balloons pop up. I guess I do something like, I don't know what I do, but yeah, some gesture that camera recognizes as, I don't know, a happy gesture. So, our rook, what can we do? Do we actually want to? Have no idea. Have no idea what to apply pressure to. So perhaps this pawn is only being protected by the king, and right now by the queen. But I guess queen isn't planning on staying on e4 that long, so it'll try to win the game, and we can somehow try to apply pressure on this area. So let's first of all we need to protect this pawn, I guess, by moving our pawn to g6 and then developing our bishop, or only our dark squared bishop. I guess that's the only reasonable thing to do. Attacking the knight, which isn't a big deal, but again, as I said, f2 was a weak pawn as I saw it. I don't know if I guessed it, that Samantha decided to do something about it. Well, but if I'm not mistaken, gives us a fork. Sorry if I mispronounced that. And then, of course, the queen will. No, the queen wouldn't move here because it's still a fork, but it needs to protect. Well, it's kind of unprotected, I would say. And I don't see any other things rather than maybe checking us, but still I don't see how the queen can check us in any sort of way. So let's see if Samantha made a mistake. Well, it's attacking. What does it attack? She attacks. Would you please stop slouching? This isn't a Starbucks. I have no idea what slouching is, but I guess it's some kind of a sound that distracts chess players, or something like slurping your drink or something. Yeah. Well, guess what? I don't care about my knight being attacked because I'm aiming at the rook, and let's see if I made the right choice. It seems. But right now we have this queen, which, I can't go there because it's unprotected, but I still need to somehow attack the queen. Well, seems kind of the only way to do so, but it's kind of pointless because it's a queen trade, and, well, I'm actually +1, which would be a good thing if I was any good at Endspiel at the end game, but can we arrange something else? I don't see anything else in particular. Well, this pawn is not attacked, so I can move my rook, but where to? We can try to protect this pawn and, well, make this d file actually be a force to be reckoned with. But I don't know. We can actually just move our pawn, but it takes, yeah, I can do that. It's just, yeah, it's opening up this file, which if I move my rook to c file and then it takes our pawn on d file, then it somehow I can win the bishop, and then it's also a check, and, well, the queen is helpless. Let's see if the engine sees that, because I don't see any other good. Maybe she'll just kind of do this stuff, which would be unfortunate, but, well, I don't see what else can I do. Yeah, this move was basically nothing, which actually, yeah, lessens up the pressure. Okay, let's see if my calculations were any worth. Yeah, it actually moves away the bishop. Yeah, the bishop protecting the queen. Question is, do we take? No, because if we takes, well, it's kind of a pointless exchange, because, well, yeah, we have this pawn on c3, but it's well protected by the queen and by the knight. So what else can we do? We need somehow to protect our king more, because the only thing that stands between her queen and my king is the knight, which is kind of well protected, but still feels kind of, kind of naked in a way. So this bishop, well, actually, if she goes here, yeah, it puts more pressure on the knight, and I can't do anything about it. Can we? So if we're having this, yeah, the queen protects the pawn. So what about our diagonals? So can we do something with the diagonals? No. So this square is still an obstacle on our way to somehow checking the king. So we need to free up our knight. That would be a great thing. So if takes, nah, it still doesn't do anything in particular, anything useful to us. So we can actually move our king. It's also an option, but kind of a silly one, I guess. Let's see. So the queen can go there because of this and this. Sorry. Is there any other threats? I don't see any other threats, and we can somehow march into this kind of, maybe even here, to protect the pawn. And since she only has the dark squared bishop, it can't really do anything to us here if our knight is on a white square. So, well, for some reason, I think moving our king is the only option here, at least something useful, because everything else either makes our position less durable or is kind of pointless and is on the verge of blundering something. So we don't care about this pawn, at least for now. Let's move our king. Again, I'm not keen onto, winning this game, because I don't think I will. But it still would be fun, I guess I already did better than, my previous games with Samantha. So let's see, what can we do here? Again, if we move our king, then takes, and yeah, we're just exchanging, which basically, yeah, the only thing we care about. Can we do something? So right now, this knight doesn't protect the king, so we can do something along the lines. Whoops, I wanted to theorize before actually making a move. So we can attack the queen. She can go wherever she wants. Especially she can go feast on our knight, our lonely knight, back on h1. But yeah, so the king is still, well, not that we need to protect our king. In a way, we protect our other pieces, but okay, let's give it again. I don't see any better moves, and we need to. You must be new here, so okay, check. She says it in a way that I made something wrong. The only thing perhaps I lose here is this pawn, because it wouldn't be protected by anything. But then I can actually check. Ah, no, if she goes there, then if my king is here, I need to move my king like here. I can move it here, and then I move it here. And then I guess mate. Then my strategy of going to this square is a bad strategy. So now we need to, I guess, get back. And since the knight is away, this pawn is unprotected. And we can't really, we can't really make a move to check, which is unfortunate. But I guess I don't see what else we can do here. And again, if she's here and our king is here, then it's also a check. And the only piece we have to protect ourselves is the queen. But the only thing is that is attacking our king is also a queen, which means again it's an exchange. And it's way better than, I guess, losing our king here. So let's, again, I may miss something, but let's give it a go. Oh, she doesn't go for it. Again, she doesn't want a queen exchange. Consider yourself lucky that you're playing against an aspiring Mensa candidate. Is it Mensa some kind of place where people eat? Is it something you should be proud of? Am I missing out on something? Yeah, I might as well. So, can we put pressure on something? I don't think we can. Well, we're losing this. Yeah, actually losing it. So let's try to put pressure on the queen. She takes. It's, yeah, we get back. Then she can actually take. She wouldn't do that. She is not fond of trading, but perhaps it would be favorable for her, or she'll just go for our other pawn, for another pawn, which will give us some time to. I guess, yeah, let's give it a go, I guess. What else can we do? Yep, as I said, now it's a check. We move our king. Goes for the other pawn. Oh, castles, yeah, because right then we could, especially if she took the pawn, we could actually check and then somehow plan our attack, which isn't something she wants. And yeah, the fact that she didn't castle. But right now we have our knight finally safe, and we can, yeah, let's attack the rook. I don't see how it's a bad move. Yeah, the rook moves. We could go for a check, but the queen, can we somehow protect it? I don't see any way that we could. But actually now this, yeah, but do we lose our knight? No, we don't lose our knight. We can still go there. Then somehow this pawn isn't in a terrible position right now, but it'll surely be moved to b3. Well, I didn't expect this game to be that long, or to be that considerable, the amount of thinking. Can we actually, so if it goes here, then what can we do? Then we actually can check. And then what? And then somehow maybe, no, we need to get rid of this knight, and we can't really do that. Okay, first let's move our knight away. Okay, the knight moves away, protecting this pawn, opening up this square. Don't think that's something we actually are looking for, but we can move our pawn there, which would be less protected, but kind of, yeah, basically then checking the king. But yeah, this, sorry, this, and then we'll lose our queen eventually. So, is it a great move? I don't think so. And especially, yeah, the knight is also protecting this square. Can we? So, should we take or should we move? That's the question. If I had any more pressure on this square, then we could take, and then somehow do something. But right now, it's not an option. Can we do something with it? We can actually. So if we go here with the queen, putting pressure on g5, then I guess she'll move away in a certain way. But then we could go something like this. And again, I don't. No, it wouldn't. This diagonal would still be occupied by this bishop. So, I think it's still a great move, though. So the queen is still protecting the knight, the pawn. The bishop is protected by the king, which is better than nothing. And, well, if takes, then takes. Let's give it a go, I guess. We can somehow we're developing our queen by this move. Yeah, fork. I hate Samantha's knights because of this. Because of this forks. Can we do something in return since we're about to lose? Yeah, we can go back and take the knight, but it's still not a great. Well, we can attack the queen. She just takes, and that's it. And yeah, nothing really changes. We just sacrifice it. Can we do something? I'm really praying for something we can do here, but I don't think we can. Can we do something with? No. At least I don't see it, and I'm actually, yeah. Is there something? No, we're just getting. Oh, we can't really go back because it's still take. So, well, I guess king is the only thing that protects our bishop. So we move. We need to make something bold with our queen. And we can't go there because of this knight. Yeah, I guess for some reason when I started playing chess, it felt like knights are the most useless pieces on the board because those like kind of L-shaped moves are silly, and it's so difficult when you're just starting out playing to look and to plan for those, to look at those moves and to plan for those moves. But right now, yeah, knights. I feel like knights are way more powerful than bishops. Perhaps it's not true. Again, we can go this way because of the pawn. Again, all your pieces standing in the way of anything actually. So we can go here, but it's just an useless move. We can go here, also useless. Can go here, which still kind of protects stuff, but I guess, yeah, because takes, then she'll want to do something like this or this. And if our queen is here, well, we have the knight is protected, then it takes. We can take, having the knight here. Yeah, this pawn. Let's go. Yeah, let's go here. She doesn't take, and well, is her knight that important to her? Well, I have no idea. But now we have a chance to do something. Yes, perhaps our final attempt to change stuff. Okay, first of all, we need to move our rook away. I would say so. But in a way that it doesn't end up in another fork, I guess. Okay, let's play a bit faster because, yeah, now if takes, and these two squares would be. Well, actually, no. So let's see. She take, takes, take, and I don't think it's a good exchange for her. So we take the bishop. We take with the rook. We take the knight with the rook. So nothing really happens. Do we need to exchange this? No. Still a bad exchange for us. We can go this, hoping for this, but I don't think it'll happen. But what? I mean, it's not that we have a lot of options here. Oh, she wants to move in to make another queen. That would be great if not for the queen, so we need to somehow protect it. So do we actually go something like this? No, I don't think so, because this and then what? Well, it's just mate, because knight prevents us from, I don't know. So complicated right away. Well, again, the less figures there are, the easier for me to calculate. So I guess we'll just do something silly. So this rook still looking at our bishop, and instead of just losing this bishop, I'll guess we'll there's something along the lines of that. So now we can attack. Why am I missing? Nice capture. You go to public school? No, just a common regular school, you know, typically. A fork. Guys, something. I don't think the engine plays the way it usually plays because, well, you saw me annihilated with the first game, and now it's kind of now that not to get stalemate. That's my biggest issue because I don't see them. Well, our priority here would be actually prevent this pawn from winning, so to speak. So we'll try our best not to lose. I guess so. So let's. But again, in this game, I guess the amount of thinking I did was the biggest amount of thinking I ever did in a chess game. When you speak up, so when you pronounce everything, when you think with your words, so to speak, it's, I guess, always better because it clarifies your mind in a way that, you know, when you just thinking, you somehow, usually you don't think using words, you think using concepts and ideas, which if not put into words, they may end up being vague, and there may be certain stuff that, well, isn't true, which, yeah, people just somehow end up getting something wrong. Okay, if we move here, yeah, this square is still available. So, okay, pushing the pawn, pushing it. Guys, I think we did it. It's up, what? No, we're still good. Please, queen. Now we just need to ladder mate her. I'll move away my knight for the sake of, I don't know, for Christ's sake. Now we let's no, it's a bad thing I did. So let's do this. Yeah. Guys, I can't believe it. You saw I've never won over Samantha, but for some reason. Again, you could think I'm kind of created a new account, made it 600 elo, but I guess it's well for blunders, for mistakes, for misses. Actually, I don't know how much time we already here, but yeah, an hour. Yeah, an hour is already too long. I'll review it to myself. But yeah, I guess basically, if you know the game, you saw all the blunders and all the mistakes. So, yeah, uh, yeah, you could think that I'm somehow pretending to not to be able to play. Just thinking out loud, I guess, is the key idea here. The key idea today that I would recommend you to do is actually when you play chess to think about every single move. Well, that's it. Again, a recommendation and a piece of advice from a guy with 600 elo. So yeah, that's it for today. Again, thank you for watching the video till the end. Again, if you have any suggestions what I should play next, I have again a short list of what I can play next, but this list isn't infinite, so we need to either to go for the same games for several times, or you could actually drop your suggestions on the comments below. So please do that. I would actually appreciate it. Again, any comments, likes, any interaction with the video is appreciated as well. And I guess see you in the next video. Bye bye.